All right, we're going, boys.
Health phase.
You gotta get healthy before you start prep. Come on, boys.
I know, but like the natties aren't the ones that start the health phase.
Should we provide context to the listeners?
Yeah, someone speak on that.
They definitely need context.
Yeah.
Luke,
Okay,
Luke, give us some context.
What was the question here? I didn't hear that.
Provide some context to the listeners as to like what we're laughing about.
Oh, no. Okay, so they asked me if I was starting prep right now, but I'm not technically in prep. I'm pretty much just starting the transition over into prep. So I said I'm starting my health phase right now as a natural. So they were giggling,
Yeah.
they're laughing about it.
Yeah,
for
me,
usually starts from the enhanced guys getting off gear just to
Yeah.
make sure they're healthy again. Be natty,
guys. Yeah, I
Natty
think
level.
Luke's just outed himself as a fake natty basically to the world.
Oh, that's how that back grew that fast, man.
Oh,
Back
I
progress
think
was a
no,
little
bro.
sus.
I
No,
say
it's okay, man. I've seen him in
incoming,
person. I've seen him in
Yeah.
person. He's natty. Well, I mean,
I don't know if that's that's a diss or
That is a diss.
damn.
No, what I
That's
mean by
literally
that,
a diss.
what I mean by that is just like
Be natural, but he couldn't be enhanced.
when you're around like enhanced athletes versus like really peeled natty athletes, it's just like I feel like the enhanced ones have like this grainy, like specific skin texture. Where I feel like Luke, when I saw him in person, it was very tight, but also his skin was also very clean as well. And also, you could kind of stare at people and see if there's any like sights of where they're hitting too. So it's like
it's
there's
definitely a
stuff like
different
that.
look when it comes to the skin. Like I want to say kind of like natties kind of look healthier in a way with the skin tone, whereas you can definitely tell when someone's enhanced.
100%. Yeah, don't worry, I got your back, bro.
No, I get it, bro. I clearly look natural. I'm small, whatever.
You get dense, but you get very what's the word? Like dry. Like Luke, you have that like dense, hard look, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're
I get
peeled.
that, boys.
That's one thing.
Well,
I've noticed.
Alex definitely doesn't miss on the conditioning. Like he's huge on conditioning. I don't think we've ever missed on conditioning. And we all know once you get conditioned, you kind of look bigger, more dense, just because of that.
Yeah, I'd say for you though, for a natural, like from what I've seen, you have a very dense look for like a men's physique natural guy. Like for me, I'm more of like a pretty physique, like a pretty flowy, like a bit more round muscle bellies, but you're very like a bit more grainy. Do you think that's like partly genetic, that quality to the muscle, or do you think that could be like trained?
I think part of it is genetics. Like I think some people, when they get to lower body fat percentages, I mean, two people can be the same body fat percentage and not look the same, right?
Yeah.
But also I do feel like it's something that anyone can improve on, because the more muscle mass you have, you're just gonna get that look with more muscle mass at lower body fat percentage. So even though it's not in your genetics, you can still improve it. Either way for anybody. But yeah, man. Yeah.
I think that's a great question, Qais, because I think too, depending on like that graininess, you know how they talk about like muscle maturity, and even though that's not like a physiological thing, and we can't really say that okay, you have to do XYZ to achieve it. I think that there is a genetic component with that, where like for myself, I found as like African black guys, we can't get that, like, you know what I mean, that very dry, I don't know how to explain it, look that, as they call it, like Caucasian shredded, or like some other people can get. I can never look like that. So I could have the same, be as peeled as someone else, but they could look much drier, harder than I could. Whereas maybe some genetics could favor more bubbliness or roundness. If that makes sense. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I think there is a genetic component to it for sure, because I've seen two people train very similar, similar weight, similar intensity, everything, and they have very different looks to the physique. Like some people just genetically are leaner than other people. So like there's like that genetic set point for your body fat, for example, where people feel comfortable. Some people can be like close to stage weight and feel fine, whereas other people need to be a lot heavier and a lot fatter to feel good. And I've seen that with people. With me, I need to be a little bit heavier. I can't stay shredded all the time. Otherwise, I will not feel great and not be in a good hormonal position. And like with me, with my look, I don't have a naturally dry look to my physique. It's a bit more like, it's nice separation to the muscle, but there isn't like crazy striations and vascularity everywhere. It's more just clean lines and more of a bubbly physique, which I quite like. But obviously when I compare to other people, they just genetically have this grainy look. I think you can build it over time though. Like if you have years in the gym and you can get a little bit more of that muscle maturity, whatever that is. But yeah, I think there is, like you see at the top of the sport, like Ali Bilal, you see his abs. Like I could train like his abs all year round. I will not have abs like him. No way.
Yeah.
No, that guy's a genetic phenom. With even the level of conditioning that he can get, because no one can match his conditioning on stage. Like he's just top level genetics. I think that's the most conditioned anyone can get, like on the men's physique stage. It's crazy. But I want to give a little backstory on you guys, Qais and Josh, because Qais, you're a natural men's physique pro as well, right?
I am indeed within the WNBF. Yes, I think you are as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, oh damn.
Yeah, mate, we've got to compete against each other one day.
I know, bro. I thought about
sick.
That would be a great battle. That would be fun, man. So you're WNBF pro. What's your goal right now?
Yeah, so it's quite similar to yours actually. So IFBB. Yeah, so I'm currently on prep this year. So I am 9 and a bit weeks out from my first show this year. And yeah, my goal this year is to get my IFBB pro card. Yeah, it's just like, when I won my WNBF pro card a couple of years ago, the natural IFBB scene wasn't as big as it is now. So it was kind of in its infancy, and it wasn't taken too seriously. Like the drug testing protocols here in the UK were non-existent, let's just say, in the IFBB. And I was like, there's no point in doing that. But I think as it's like developed and you're getting more and more of these natural pro shows that you're seeing now, there's more of an avenue now for athletes to go down the natural IFBB route. And I'm like, yeah, that looks really cool. And one thing which like sealed the deal for me was seeing Josh Qais. I saw him in person at the UK Arnold's, and I'm like, that is so cool. Like to do something like that one day would be like insane. And yeah, like funny enough, backstory with me and Josh, I competed against him a few years ago in 2022. Me and him competed in an overall British Championships against each other. I was a tall class and he was a short class, and the junior winner won. None of us won. Both of us lost. Damn. Yeah, both of us lost to someone. So that was pretty cool, seeing how far Josh has come since then and get that, I suppose, compete in the highest level. So as I said, doing the IFBB now. So I'm going to do a regional in 9 weeks and then a pro qualifier 2 weeks after that. And then we'll see after that. If I get it, then great. If I don't, then there's actually, I don't know if you lot have seen, there's a Monster Gym show in Korea in early September. So at that Monster Gym show, they are doing a natural pro qualifier, which I would do if I don't get the pro card, and a natural pro show on the same day or on the same weekend. So if I get the pro card, my plan is to make my pro debut at that natural Monster Gym show. That would be unbelievable.
Dude, I really want. You have to. Have you seen those Monster Gym shows?
Yes.
They are next level. Honestly, the best promoter I think in the game right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
Like that would be a dream come true for me. I'm like, I think if I did that, I'd just be like, if I just like died now today, I'd be happy. I've done everything I could have wanted. So yeah, that is my dream, is to like, dream scenario is to step on that natural IFBB pro stage at the Monster Gym for this year. That would be pretty cool.
Man.
I have a question about those shows, just because I've been trying to look for research, but I feel like the NPC news online is just not as clear with how to get qualified and everything for. But could I get nationally qualified in the US and then jump into like a Korea show or anything like that if I decided to? I don't have to be in the same country.
No.
And get qualified there.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Like,
That changes
are you talking about like
thought.
a national show in Korea, like a qualifier, pro
No,
Like a
qualifier?
pro
the
qualifier.
monsters. Yeah, the pro. So I think you just have to do like a regional in
Mhm.
your home country, and then that qualifies you to do that one.
I see.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, the
that's
qual.
good to know. That changes my
Oh,
brain a
bro,
little bit.
please come, please come. That would be unreal if you did the other one, the main show pro qualifier, and I did the natural pro qualifier. That would be insane.
When is that again?
First weekend of September.
September? Yeah.
That is
Oh,
the range
damn.
where I plan on competing anyways.
Oh, please come,
Oh, he's
please
there as
Oh,
well,
this
man.
is about to
We'll
get
figure it
crazy.
out. We'll
Are we
figure it
making
out.
some plans online
Yeah.
on the spot in the
Bro,
moment?
yeah, I'm all over the place right now because I'm in a situation where I'm just like business is going well. I'm like wanting to ride the wave of business, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, but I really want to give back to the people and pose on stage and like show what I got. But at the same time, shoot for a pro qualifier to see how I stack up. So that's where my thoughts are going.
Yeah. You're in prep too, Josh, yeah?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not. For some reason I thought you
Oh.
were. You're not competing this year?
So that the goal is to compete this year, but that's only if my abs develop faster right at this point. And it all depends of how I'm looking from what feels like every 2 weeks. Then we kind of pivot and think like, okay, let's shoot for this month or not. But the goal is to compete in around that September, October range. I don't want to go past October.
Yeah, not too late in the season. Yeah,
Mhm.
just on the development. Cause yeah, dude, your delts and your arms look like they're pretty swole, man. Like especially your shoulders. Have you been putting a lot of
Yeah.
emphasis into those? Like you're looking wide as like a
Yeah,
unit,
you're
man.
looking a
Even the
lot
top
denser
shelf
from
here.
last time I saw
It's
you.
like, yeah.
Those are my least favorite muscle groups. Right now, we're focusing mostly on just abs and back. So I don't really focus too much on anything else. It's just back and abs at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just hammering those two.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all. What about you, Cass? What is it like the muscles like you're specializing? Because I saw your physique too, man. Your delts are like your
Yeah.
taper into your waist. You have some crazy delts, dude.
Thank you, man. Yeah, my delts are, I don't know, like I can just touch a weight and my delts just grow. So I'm not training my
Yeah.
delts. I'm not touching my delts too much, to be honest, because yeah, I don't need them to be bigger, to be honest, at the minute. So for me, it's creating balance in my physique more. So with me, my chest has always been a weaker body part for me. Because my delts are so overpowering, it just kind of throws off the balance of my front pose a little bit, with especially my upper chest. So that's always been a lagging area for me. So that's one big focus for me at the minute, is that upper chest area. So just a lot of volume there. And one thing with me as well is kind of like the depth to my abs. So I have like nice looking abs, that aesthetic, but they're not like etched and deep like, I don't know, Ryan Terry or Ali Bilal or something. Especially like, you know, those lower abs, those lower two abs, they're quite shallow. And obviously for men's physique, that's really important. So yeah, I'm just training my abs really hard. So I'd say the main two weaknesses for me would be chest and abs that I'm just really hammering at the minute. Like for me, my arms and delts are always my strong point. They'll just make my silhouette look good. My back's pretty decent as well, I would say. And yeah, obviously my shape is my strong point as well. I've got a good V-taper and shoulder to waist ratio. So yeah,
Really,
that's
yeah.
my
Even
process.
you have some wheels on you too.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
You have some good wheels on you too. Your legs are pretty big.
To be
Have you ever
honest,
done classic?
No. So that like, I was prepping this year with wanting to do classic as well, because I've actually got decent legs, especially with my quads. The problem is my condition in my lower body. I just need to lose so much more weight with my legs. So it's like, okay, do I sacrifice my upper body fullness to then get my legs in? And like, if my only goal was classic, then sure. But if my goal is a men's physique pro card, I'm going to need that fullness of my upper body. And then if I sacrifice that, I'm going to potentially make my chances in men's physique worse just to pursue classic. So this year I probably won't do classic, but in the future, if I like build my hamstrings and glutes a little bit more, then maybe I might do classic in the future, because I've always wanted to do it. Like I love the posing, and I'd want to do like a cool routine to like, I don't know, like an anime OST or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, maybe not for this year.
That's the perfect
hear
case
you.
scenario for men's physique, though, having the legs
Oh, so
as body
yes.
fat go last. Because then you
Yeah.
get to fill out the board shorts even more if your upper
Yeah,
body
bro.
shredded. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people said like your glutes look so big in those shots. I'm like, yeah, it's just body fat. Like I'm just holding fat in my glutes when I'm on stage. That's why my glutes look big. So,
My upper body's
and
like
then it makes your
6%
waist
body
look
fat.
smaller.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm the same as you, man. Same exact body fat distribution naturally. In my lower
Yeah.
extremities, my glutes, my quads, that's like the last place to go.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
very ideal for men's physique.
Yeah.
But like what my previous stage weight was, I touched 183. And like if we look at my body fat set point, for me, anything above like where I'm comfy, like the lower end is like to touch 183 is like, oh man, like I sit at like 200, 205. Like
Jeez.
that's where I'm like,
How tall are you?
6'1".
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
6'1".
I'm 5'11", and I'm probably gonna be like 175 on stage this year, probably.
Right, 175-ish range, which yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine that's peeled. That's like peeled.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So same thing for me. It's like when I had to suffer to get to 183, like my legs were in, but
Yeah.
it's like, okay, if I want to do classic, I'm gonna have to keep it leaner than this.
Yeah.
And touch lighter body weights. I was like, there's no way. So just like you, one day, it's definitely something I'd want to do. But for now, just men's physique. And I'm curious to hear about Josh and Luke. Are you guys just only men's, or would you ever dabble with classic one day?
I don't know, man. I think about it sometimes. If I ever did classic, I would do it just to like, I wouldn't take it seriously. It would just be for fun, right? I would just do it once just to be able to, exactly, just to be able to get on there and like have fun doing the routine. But honestly, like I have no desire really to take classic seriously, right?
Yeah, I'm the same.
I like the men's physique.
Yeah. So what are your plans this year, Luke?
Ooh, okay. So I am competing this year. I haven't dropped the shows that I'm doing. I haven't really even announced it yet. So do I do it now? Do I do it here?
Well, have you got?
bro?
What'd you say?
I said, have you got like a rough timeline then in terms of like when?
Yeah,
you're
I'll say the
gonna do-
timeline. I'm 19 weeks out right now.
Okay.
So this year originally
Health
I
phase?
wasn't.
Okay. Not doing health phase?
19 weeks out. I'm hitting my health phase right now for a couple of weeks.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
No, but I honestly wasn't even gonna compete this year. My original plan was to take this full year off to grow and kind of go competitive next year again and go for my IFBB pro card. But coach wanted me to do a couple of shows this year just to get some more data. So this year really I'm gonna do a couple shows just for fun. I'm not gonna really take it serious. I'm not gonna stress over it too much. It's really just gonna be to collect data. So the first show I'm doing is actually gonna be an open show because like why not? I'm gonna compete against the open guys just for fun. Doesn't matter, right? And then the second show, I'm about to announce it right now. Yeah, screw it. Do I do it? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do the Summer Shredding Championship again
Nice.
in Houston.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are actually
That-
two back-to-back weekends. I'm gonna keep the season short and then finish it there.
That is a show I was wanting to do. I would compete against you if I can. But I think the Olympia's that same weekend, isn't it?
It's the
They
next
moved it to
weekend.
September.
No, it's the following weekend.
Is it? Have
Oh.
you checked?
I have checked, unless I'm wrong. No, I've checked because I'm actually going. My plan was to go to the Olympia after Houston the next weekend.
Yeah, that would be crazy to put them on the same weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, Summer Shredding wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
they wouldn't do that.
Well, if
No,
that's the
because
case,
I'm
I
pretty
guess
sure
I'm
he'd
still
be
doing
there.
summer shredding because that was my plan A to do and just not compete again. But,
So-
okay.
So if you do Summer Shredding Championship, you would go to the Olympia the following weekend too then?
Yes.
Are we all going? I'm going to the Olympia this year.
How about you, Manene?
No, I can't.
Please.
Unfortunately. Oh man, I wish. Like, I need a visa to go to the States.
Where are you based? Where are you based then?
I'm in Canada, like Luke, Ontario,
Yeah.
but I'm Kenyan. So
Okay,
I
right,
need-
yeah.
Exactly. I'd have to apply like a year in advance and stuff, which is why I couldn't even do summer shredding championship. I won the Fit Physique. I won in 2024. I came first in my class in Fit Physique. And then Luke beat me in the overall. And then second year, 2025, I won the men's physique overall. But then I couldn't go both years because I don't have a visa.
Oh,
so I was like,
oh man,
I know it's
Donald,
slacking, man.
If Donald Trump is listening to this, please sort it out. Do you want to get political on this podcast?
Yo, my man Donald, help me out.
I'm the only American here now. I realize that.
Yeah, you are.
But how cool is that though? Like we're all from, like we have a Canadian, an American,
Yeah, we got all
Brit,
parts of the
and a
world.
Kenyan.
That's it.
Diversity, but we still have one
cool.
thing we all love.
That's what bodybuilding
men's
does.
physique.
Brings us all together.
Exactly. Luke, is your surname Italian?
Yes. I actually am curious. Can you pronounce it correctly?
Is it Concilio?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
damn.
You nailed it, bro.
I watch football, so I'm very familiar with Italian surnames. So I can pronounce them.
Yeah,
Or as
honestly.
the Americans say soccer.
Soccer?
I say
Soccer.
soccer.
Yeah, soccer. Do Canadians say soccer?
We say soccer. But you know what?
I
No,
see.
Europeans that are Canadian,
Football.
like me, like Munene says football too.
Yeah.
Like real ones
Do you-
say football.
Yeah. Do you guys watch it?
Yeah, the true fans.
I used to support Chelsea when I was back in when I watched it beforehand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I used to watch too. I don't really anymore.
Are you?
I don't
Well,
watch
the
soccer at all.
World Cup's the World Cup is this year, isn't it? And part of it is in Canada, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It
Do you reckon
is.
you'll get to any games?
No, there's no way. I don't know. They're so expensive, bro. And
Yeah,
you know what?
I've-
the stadium that they have in Toronto, the new seats that they put in for the World Cup, people are like kind of complaining about because they look like toothpicks. Like they're gonna fall.
Oh,
over.
really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh boy, eh? But yeah, no, I know it's huge in the UK because
Oh
it's
yeah.
even it's massive, eh?
It's the biggest sport. Like, I mean, worldwide it probably is the biggest sport as well, but here it's like it is the number one sport, and pretty much every male will watch it to an extent, I would say.
And played in high school and all that.
Yeah,
stuff too.
yeah.
Secondary school, because I also went to a British school too. Cass,
Oh,
I did
really?
my GCSEs, A levels, all that kind of stuff. I
Where?
don't know if you
Where?
did in Kenya, but it was based off of like
okay.
British curriculum.
Yeah, curriculum.
So we
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
do A levels, GCSEs, all that kind of stuff.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Past times, but yeah, here we are. So it's like that's what everyone's plans are. Luke has his plans. Josh is, you're kind of figuring it out, but you have your eyes set on some few things. And Cass, you have your the Monster Zim one, and you're 9 weeks out, and then you'll do a pro qualifier too if you get it. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Munene,
we all have the same
your
goal.
plans? You haven't said your plans.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in prep too right now. I'm
Yeah.
14
nice.
weeks out.
14.
Yeah.
Health phase
14
too.
weeks out. Exactly. Health phase too, bro. Luke and I running back-to-back health phases, man.
Yeah.
We have to plan it at the same time. Health phase. Yeah. 14 weeks out from the Natural Canada Pro Qualifier. Trying to get my IFBB Pro card. This will be my third year in a row trying to get it.
Can you just go straight to a pro qualifier then without doing a regional?
So what happened is you have to qualify. So this will be my 8th show. So in 2024, first season competing, I won an overall, so I did 2 regional shows. I won 1 overall and then won my class. And then I did another regional and then I came second in the overall, won my class. So that made me eligible for nationals that same year. Nationals, I won my class at my first nationals. So I didn't have to do another regional because I still placed top 3. 2025, the only show I did was that national pro qualifier. But since I had won my class from the previous year, I didn't have to re-qualify. Then I did that and I came second in my class because I didn't get my pro card. So I still maintained my status to come back for 2026 and compete. But if I had placed outside of the top 3, then I would have to do another regional to then re-qualify.
That makes sense. So are you who is a pro card for first place or is it an overall?
It's an overall.
Okay, gotcha.
It's so steep. It's so steep.
I think that should be the case though. I think in a lot of these US shows they give out way too many pro cards, and And it's great for the people that get the pro cards, but I think it dilutes the talent pool a little bit in terms of what the pros are.
Yeah.
And it's like you see some of these guys, and I'm like, really? Is that pro? And it's just for me, if you finish second in your class, you should not be getting a pro card. No. That's just crazy.
I agree.
That's crazy.
I can understand. So I can understand first place in the class, but second place in your class, I don't think that's too many cards in one show.
Yeah. Because here in the UK, let's just say for naturals, there's 2 pro qualifiers all year, and the overall winner gets the pro card. So there's going to be 2 natural pros in the UK for the whole year, right? And that's the way it should be ultimately. Like, it should be hard to get a pro card, and there should be prestige behind it. Because if everyone's getting pro cards, like, it's like, okay, I got it, and then what? And then when you go into a pro show then, and it's like, and then you figure out you're not at the level, then you're kind of stuck then doing these pro shows when you're maybe not at that level. So I think a lot of people in the UK have this same opinion, where it's just, you see a lot of people in the US just giving out pro cards way too easily.
Yeah. For me personally, I a fan of second place IFBB pro card more. Say if I were to get a second place IFBB pro card, like, that would solidify like a lot of things that I do already, and I would make that pro card work for me as well. And it's like, I mean, we don't have stats, but like, how many people have gotten second card pro cards who have done way better than the people that got first, or who are still sticking to bodybuilding? So I feel like it could also like filter out the ones that would actually stick with it, because some people just get it just to leave and then they're done, and some people get it and they still want to pursue. So that's my little argument there. But I do agree in a sense of like, I'm like half and half with both, because they are handing out a lot of pro cards, but even with that, I feel like competition has been getting harder in the US in some areas. But I feel like at this point, that's when you have to play the game and like do your research to like, oh, which show is weaker than the other, and that's when people get stuck and they don't. They come into shows with not the best physique because they did an easy show per se.
That's when strategy comes out.
Because the same thing is happening with pro shows as well. Like, there's a lot of weak shows going. Like, it's funny because I hear Alex and Andre talking with their stuff. They're like, bro, this show is weak, bro. No, like, you could just go in and you could get your points, bro. So if you just show up for like 3 shows and you get 2. Like that's how it's working.
Use your eyes, Alex. Use your eyes.
You're not listening, bro. You're not listening, Alex. Stop glazing him.
Oh god.
So I feel like it's happening in the pro league too, in a way where it's just like. But I do appreciate that they're having people do the point system, and it's making it harder for them to get to Olympia, because holy cow, like 50 people at the Olympia for men's physiques was pretty ridiculous when I was there in person. I was like,
wasn't it 65 at one point?
It was like 70 at some point.
Yeah, it was 70. It was, I thought this year, it was this, or the year before, I think. It was
like 75 or something.
Yeah.
But we're already noticing like the point system doing its thing, because we're already seeing big names competing in shows, multiple shows, like 3, 4, 5 shows. Whereas last year, they would win one show and give up for the season, right? Because they don't have to, they're already qualified. So already 100%. It's so much more entertaining. But what I will say with the pro cards again, when it comes to like the natural side of IFBB, I agree with you, Qais. It should still be like a prestigious thing. But at the same time, and I want to know your thoughts about this, the IFBB is trying to grow the natural side of it. So they're adding like more natural pro shows, but there's only like 3 athletes at these shows, because there's not a lot of natural athletes in the IFBB. So I feel like right now, especially when they're first starting out, they should be handing out more pro cards, whether it's more pro qualifiers or like top 2 instead of just the 1 overall.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's really interesting, because obviously like you see that in a lot of these US shows, because obviously the US and Canada is such a big place where it's kind of harder for people to get to these shows, which is why a lot of these classes are smaller. Like, I'm in a situation where I'm in a tiny little island where there's a lot of people there, so every show has a lot of people doing it. Like, I think the natural IFBB shows will have at least a good, I don't know, 30 to 40 people doing them, probably even more. Like I said, the WNBF shows are really popular in the UK. The amateur WNBF show, I think there's 20 to 25 in each class normally, and they have 3 to 4 classes, so they're really, really busy, the UK shows. So it's cool because it makes it competitive, but it's, I definitely get your point, what you're saying with like, okay, we need to grow the pro pool to start off with so you can actually have people doing these pro lineups, especially to start off with, so that makes sense. With regards to the natural shows then, I don't know, Luke, have you seen some of these like lineups? There's a bit of a running joke here in the UK with the WNBF Canada, like with some of their like lineups with the so like, have you seen those like photos that go viral where they have like more shares than likes, and it's like, oh god. And then there's a bit of a running joke now. It's like, I'm gonna go to Canada to go get my pro card.
Well,
brother,
dude, well, the thing is, like, WNBF is not as big over here in North America as it is in the UK. Like in the UK, you guys have hitters. I feel like top natural athletes over there get their WNBF pro cards, whereas I feel like over here, still the natural athletes try to go for their IFBB pro card. Like the top natty guys still try to go for the IFBB pro card. But yeah, it's not comparable over here to the UK for sure.
Not at all. The standard is insane. Sorry, Josh?
My question is, pivoting a little bit to the NPC side, or is it CPA in Canada, right?
Yeah, it's CPA.
CPA. How do the overall winners look like for like pro qualifiers? Just because I've seen photos where like they're not as big, and I've seen people who look pro ready for America, but they wouldn't do well in Canada.
Like natural pro qualifier?
Yeah.
No, just like pro qualifiers in general.
Oh.
Like, have you noticed how the physiques look like? Oh, okay.
Well, open. Okay, definitely favoring conditioning. Like for sure, every overall, for the most part, it's like conditioning is in. When you look at the general trend, on average, most of the guys who win their pro cards are peeled. Yeah, that's what I've seen at least in the last little bit. I don't know if Luke, if that's something you would say is the case, or
did you see the Vancouver pro qualifier last year? The guy who won that, the black guy, I forget his name.
Shane?
Yeah. I do a video on
Shane, Sugar Shane is like his Instagram.
Yeah, I remember.
That's somebody
insane.
Insane. That's somebody that can get his pro
wings.
card and like hop into pro shows almost immediately because his physique, unreal. Honestly, Canada bodybuilding, I feel like is underrated. We have hitters up here. Like it's competitive.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure. Or like Titus.
Yes.
Yeah, Titus has a great physique.
Is he the guy that used to do like a lat spread for his front pose?
Yeah.
Midsection just
incredible physique. Just gotta fix that posing.
yeah, he was crazy.
He made it to Olympia.
Yeah,
he did exactly. And then there's Chitty who won last year for us.
Chitty had a dope physique and routine.
Yeah, you covered him actually in a video, right, Josh?
Yeah. You covered him.
Yeah, when he did that, I was like, man, I wanted to do that on my show day. I guess it's now his.
Yeah. He did it so well too. It just like went with the routine. It was perfect. So badass.
The thing is, like, if he didn't nail that could have looked so stupid if he didn't like nail it. Yeah, honestly.
That could have gone so well.
Yes. Speaking of that, what's the craziest, weirdest pose thing you guys? Because you're both posing coaches, right? So I'm curious to know what's like the worst thing you've seen someone do on stage where they're trying to make it look cool, but it just does. It looks so awkward and it doesn't get a good reaction.
I've seen a guy. I don't know. He went viral. The guy who did like the dice roll where it was like that as he was walking onto it, and then did like a spin. He like did a 360 spin after doing the dice roll.
No.
It went viral. You've definitely seen the video. It went viral at the time, and he kept doing it. And even after all the comments that were on the video, the next show he did, he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it again, and he did it again. So yeah, that was something else. I don't know if you've seen on our channel, we covered a lovely guy named Ty. He does handstands every single time he poses. Yeah.
Saw you guys covering that.
So he starts doing push-ups. So now every time he competes, like the whole audience is just waiting to see whether he does a handstand at the end of his routine, and he does it every single time. And you know what? Just fair play. Like, I rate him for that.
And he doesn't get docked?
No, like they don't really care too much. It's a different federation, so it's PCA. So they're a little bit more tolerant of like a bit more flamboyant routines, so they don't really care as much. Obviously, like people are just laughing in the audience, and it's not the norm within that. But I don't think they're as strict as the MPC with that.
I know for me, the craziest that I've seen is probably, I probably see like, it's like Luke's setup, but it's like you lunge all the way down to the ground till your elbow is touching the ground type of setup.
What? Oh, wow.
So your elbow is touching the ground?
Yeah, so you know how you like drop
like
your
the VTOR.
The elbow goes, the VTOR top is, but the elbow goes all the way toward, it's pretty much touching the floor, and then you spring up into your front post. Like that one goes crazy. I saw that at Summer Shredding, actually.
I know who I think I know what you're talking about, actually.
He was wearing red shorts and everything, and I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh, it reminds me of Spider-Man. They literally look like Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
Yeah. Probably that one. And if I were going to choose someone in the IFBB that at first I thought it looked crazy, but I think it looks kind of cool, is have you heard of Chris Putra?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that guy.
Chris Putra. It looked crazy at first, but I like how he sets up. It's very like jerky and like
aggressive. Yeah. Like, very aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it, actually. He's so quick. How does he move that fast?
Yeah,
bro. When I did it, when I was like copying his routine, I like almost like, I feel like I could have pulled my shoulder out of my socket or something.
Nah, you gotta warm up before everything goes.
Could you imagine if he's like in a lineup and he starts doing that, and then he accidentally hits someone doing that? Like that would knock someone out. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he'd knock someone out doing that.
At least Legion Bow, you could see it coming because he was kind of taking his time.
It's like slow motion.
Yeah.
Because speaking of that, what do you guys think about having the ability to express more of our personality in men's physique beyond just the standard poses? Is that something you would like to see, and do you think we'll ever move in a direction where that is the possibility or the reality?
Yes, if your physique is undeniable and you will win the show. And if your posing is good.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's kind of hard to say yes to it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like it, like just from a personal bias perspective. I think as I said, as Josh said, if your physique looks good in the poses, like I like seeing different posing. Like if I see a show and everyone's doing the same thing again and again, you're gonna get a bit bored naturally. Whereas if you see a classic and you see these guys doing cool routines with lots of different poses, it's like people pay to watch that stuff. And I feel like if you want to grow the division, you want to grow men's physique, and you want other people outside of the men's physique space to show interest in it, just getting them to do a front pose and back pose, they're going to get bored. And like I feel like if you encourage a little bit more individuality, within reason obviously, that'll just get a little people more interested, and then they'll also be able to display more of their physiques as well. Let's just say in a transition, if someone wants to hit like a crucifix like Jeremy Bundir or something like that, I think that'll be a good thing, because I know IFBB judges say, okay, like if you do all these poses, like you're gonna show your weaknesses. Well, what if it doesn't show you weakness? What if it shows you strength? If Dan hits a back double bicep in his routine, is that showing his weakness? No, it's not. It's showing his strength, even crazier strength of his physique. So I don't know. This is just a personal thing that I have. I would like to see a little bit more, but I don't know if it'll ever be the case.
With the point that you just made with Dan hitting like a double back bicep, and obviously it looks good because it's Dan. He's got like one of the best backs in the league right now. Do you think that strength could actually turn into a weakness? Meaning, like maybe they think that double back bi is so good that they get the idea that maybe he should move up to classic. Maybe that'll like put that idea in their head, right?
Maybe that's the case.
Dan Abraham?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, I've heard from judges already that he's pretty much good. He's officially men's physique, is what they're saying. You finally grown into it. But yes, if he still had the biceps that he had before, then yes, it could display a weakness in the sense of like it's not men's physique.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to comparisons, I think for men's physique, keep it front to back because that's really what separates us from the other divisions. But when it comes to the routine, I mean, they say they're not judged anyways. I feel like there should be some wiggle room to add in personality because, I mean, at the end of the day, the bodybuilding community like is mostly built up of men's physique fans now because that's like the starting point for bodybuilding. Most of their demographic is now men's physique, so they want to put on you want to put on a show for the, you know, biggest audience that's there, right? And that's going to be men's physique.
Yeah. I feel like you also got to pose to your audience too. Like, you know, Amit Agre, is that his last name?
Yeah.
And when he poses at India, I feel like he's very flashy, but I feel like India really likes the flashiness style there. Yeah. Where when he came here to the States, he kept it simple, but the more he competed, the more he was able to understand, oh, okay, where's the line? And I could like add a little bit of this to still express myself. So definitely got to play with your audience. Like summer shredding, for example, the people that work with me for that show, I'm always like, have fun. You can do whatever you want there. Well, not anything you want, but
almost.
Yeah. I also think the pros get a little, I think Josh has said this before, the pros get a little bit more leeway to do kind of what they want a little bit more in their routines, whereas the amateurs, the judges are very strict on, okay, just get into the front pose, hit your back pose, then walk off. I also think it's like a timekeeping perspective as well. People don't want the routines to be too long, especially when there's like a lot of different athletes competing. I've had like shows where I've seen clients like where they've asked for feedback and they've said like the judges have literally said to them, you need to keep it more simple with your routine and not do all this crazy stuff, and you maybe could do better. So they say it's not judged, but if you do something too crazy, like it can maybe leave a negative impression with the judges, and especially when they in that initial like front and back that they do, like they're still looking at your physique, they're still like thinking, okay, where's this guy going to be in the lineup? So you still want to make sure you're showing a good view of your physique there. So it's just kind of like getting that balance with that really, with looking smooth but just not being too over the top with it.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts? Oh, go ahead, Luke.
No, I was going to say, with the routine, they say it's not judged, but I want to get your thoughts on that. Do you really think that's true? Because for me personally, I think that's kind of bullshit. I mean, the judges are still looking at you. They're still seeing your physique showcased. Yeah. They're going to get an idea right there instantly, right?
Definitely. They are, because I've seen judges looking at people and then they're already thinking, okay, where are we going to put him in the lineup? Is he going to be in the middle? Is he going to be in the side? Is he going to be second call out? They're thinking that whilst you're posing. So indirectly, I think it is judged.
For sure.
Yeah. There was I heard Sandy say this. I forgot which interview it was, but Sandy has said is like, how do you think we put you in the first call out? It's like when you come out to do your routines, so we could decide who we're going to bring out to first call out. It's your presentation matters. Is what she says.
Yeah. It's the first impression you make on them, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Because so many people are like trying to be creative, and I think Instagram doesn't help in men's physique in a sense, and the IFBB pros, because people think, oh, my favorite pro poses like this, I could play with it too in amateur league. What are your thoughts on this in a sense of when I do NPC again, which will be some point this year? I'm honestly thinking of like really focusing on heavy like aura farming in a sense where I'm not even going to do a Ventura step towards the back or nothing crazy to the front. Like I'm so tempted to just walk out and just front pose without any setup, turn around to the back and then just front again, but just try my very best to use my charisma just to get me in the first call out.
Honestly, if you do it correctly, like with the confidence, with the aura, I feel like it would work. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know, having it as simple as possible and with less flamboyancy in the routine can actually like work in your favor. It can look more confident. Honestly, I think the judges would like that. If you show that confidence through like your facial expressions, you know, the way you're standing, the way you're hitting the poses. But yeah, no transitions. Honestly, I think that could work.
I do too, especially because Josh, you're already like you're a pro at this stuff, man. You're like your posing is just like effortless, bro. And the way, well, you've worked to make it look like that, so it's not that it just comes easy. But I feel like if you did that, it would just be like, ooh, it's like you get a goosebumps, you know? It's like, ooh, like that's cold, and it's so different because they're like, okay, let me guess, front pose, Ventura, turn to the back, and then you disrupt the pattern that maybe someone's already expecting, and it's like, oh, that's unique. And damn, the way he executed with such confidence, and it's so seamless and it just flows, I feel like that could stand out.
I might play with that. Ideas for you too, Qais.
Yeah, maybe. I'm playing around with my routine as we speak. I'm trying to make it a non-standard routine. So I'm not just doing the standard Ventura step. If I am going to do a Ventura step, I might play around with a different variation with it and then just see what works. But at the same time, I want it to suit my physique. So like me, I'm showing my delts off in every single transition because I know like it's that's the strength of my physique. I'm not doing any the Ali Bilal, like the hand over head or anything like that. I feel like I see so many people without abs doing that transition, and I'm like,
it's so bad,
bro. What are you showing? And then the worst is when they do this, when they flick their abs.
Yeah, and there's no glutes, and there's no.
You got no abs. I'm like, bro, what are you flicking? Like, why are you doing that? Yeah, it's just come on, man. So yeah, like this is a lesson, like, bro. Like pose to your strengths, even your transitions. Make sure you're showcasing the strengths of your physique, and even if you need to keep it simple, just do that. So yeah, I'm playing around with some stuff with my routine, but with my comparisons, like obviously I practice what I'm going to be doing for my comparisons as well. I'm literally just going to the back. Obviously it'll look smooth when I do it, but I'm not wasting time doing transitions because especially at these amateur shows, like they're actually quite quick sometimes where they'll just say back pose and then within 5 seconds you're going back to the front. And if you're spending half of that time transitioning, the judges can't really judge your physique because you're hitting a transition, and then they'll mark you down for it if you don't get into the pose quickly enough.
Yeah, I think honestly
with that.
it was you. I think it was you, Josh, who told me when I had my first session with you, like you want to be the first person in the pose because then you're the first person that they're looking at. And that's what I do now. Like that's what I tell my clients as well, like anyone else competing. Like you always want to be the first person into the pose because then that you're the first person that the judges are looking at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually read the room, at least when I'm competing. Like if everybody's taking forever to get into their front or back pose, then that's when I do throw transition and pre-judging. But that's the only time.
Yeah.
More just get my money's worth. Like, you're taking like 20 seconds to get into the back pose. I'll just do a quick Ventura step and then turn to the back.
Yeah, you can. That's so to it. But yeah, it's so true, man. It makes such a big difference. I wish more people would take it as seriously as it is. You can have a crazy physique and then you just present it in a way that just doesn't look good, or you just don't pose to your strengths. And now a physique that is warranted of being an overall winner, winning a class, getting a pro card, whatever it may be, is now someone who's not even looked at because of how they presented their physique.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling.
It's crazy, and I had to learn that the hard way. I tried to do a double hand on hip last year, and I was like, what was I doing? I don't have the delts.
Oh, you're tall too.
Yeah, my chest was flat. I didn't have delts that were as prominent, and it's like my waist is small, but when your delts are not wide and you have a flat chest, and even though it was angled, I'm standing against the guy who has the most insane midsection, who has a full chest, and who has delts, who can just stand right there like this. So what am I doing? Trying to do it? It's like you learn the hard way, but you're right. It's so.
Yeah, definitely. Being a posing coach from the UK, you'd imagine like so many of my clients will ask me, can I hit a Superman like Ryan Terry does? And I'm like, well, your physique doesn't suit it. So like you can try it, but it's not going to look very good for your physique. And I think, a lot of people get in this mindset, like think, okay, I can look like Ryan Terry if I hit the pose like him. And it's just not the case. The reason why he's Mr. Olympia and he suits and he's in that pose, his physique is suited to that pose, like how he's put together genetically is suited to that pose. If you got him to do what Aaron Banks does, he wouldn't look good, whereas if you got what Aaron Banks does to do a Superman, he would not look good. No. So just you've got to pose to your strengths, not just like who you like in the division, which is what a lot of people do, I feel.
There is a photo out there of Aaron Banks doing a Superman. It's pretty funny.
I've seen it.
Dude,
Actually.
This looks so goofy. He said it too. He's like, I look so goofy.
He was like,
yeah. Posing is so important. Kes, what's like the closest to show day someone has reached out to you, like, hey, can you help with my posing?
One day out.
no.
Yes, one day out.
For the first session.
Yeah. They've said, I'm competing tomorrow. Do you have time for a session? I said no. I said, like, no, I'm not. I just said I'm not doing it because ultimately, like one day out, you are not going to retain any of the things that I tell you at that point. It's going to go in one ear and out of the other, and you're just going to end up panicking, and it might make you posing worse if you just do that last minute. Yeah, and I'm getting that a lot now. To be not one day out, but I'm getting a few people on peak weeks asking me to fix their posing when they're basically like beginner level posing, and I'm like, bro, come on. And a lot of them don't even know what the mandatory poses of the federation are on peak week, and they're getting me to like teach them how to pose from scratch on it. It's as a posing coach, this is one of the most frustrating things, like especially when like I preach so much. Make sure even in your off season, learn how to pose then, and then obviously in your prep, then you can refine it, get better at it. But you should not be learning how to pose right before you show. It's a recipe for disaster. Josh, I imagine you get something similar as well.
The closest for me was like 6 hours out.
Wait, what? 6 hours out?
I'm not even, honestly, I'm not being honest. I said 6 hours, it was like 4, but it was just like, it was crazy. But the only people I do say yes to, if it's like 24 hours out, is usually IFBB pros, just because they are more sharp and more focused and see the value. And they're usually better posers at that point. So those are like the only people I say yes to. But yeah, 4 hours out. And it was like one of those situations where they reached out to me, sent me like a video, whole voice message, everything. Like, this is how it looks. Can you help me out? Like now. And then I see it like 5 hours later. I'm like, bro, I just saw this. I saw you went on stage. How was it? Yeah.
That must be so frustrating for you guys too, having for the first time like their first posing session being like 6 hours out, reaching out to you, because that's pressure on you guys, because they don't know what they're doing essentially, and you have to teach them how to do this to step on stage in the next 6 hours. How do you even get that done?
I mean, it's not that much. It's not that much of a challenge getting them into the right position. That's fine. It's then getting them to do that off their own backs and repeat that again and again, which is the challenge. Because, like, I'm not going to be there with them on show day to tell them what to do. So a lot of, as I said, the information, it will just go in one ear and out the other, which is why sometimes you've got to have those repetition again and again over weeks, doing the same thing. That's how you learn how to pose, not just do it on one day and then get them to do that. It is unless they have a really good perception of their body and how to get into positions, it is going to be hard for them to recreate that. I don't know about you, Josh.
You get some special people out there that somehow it sticks, and those are the people I appreciate. Because there's a guy, I can't remember his name. His name was Patrick. He met with me at least 2 days out. But 2 days out is better than 1 day out. And I gave him cues and like some photos, and he went on stage looking better than what he had. So, yeah. Those are my thoughts. Don't procrastinate.
Nope. All right, boys, you guys started the first Call Out podcast, which is awesome. It's just more cardio content for me. I love the content you guys are putting out.
Thank you.
I want to dive deep into this, into like how you guys started it, what was the idea behind it, and what are the goals for this podcast?
I'm gonna give that towards all the guests.
Yeah. So I actually reached out to Josh about this. So obviously me and Josh have been talking for a good while. We'd obviously spent time with each other in LA. So I actually went to LA for WNBF Worlds last year. And obviously Josh was around then, so we hung out then, and we've become good friends since then. And then, I don't know, like I just had a random idea, and I was like, there's a lot of men's physique podcasts out there, but none of them really focus too much on the presentation aspect of things and the posing. They'll just say, oh, well, this guy poses well, this guy hits his angles. Like, what does that mean? what does hitting his angles mean? So we wanted to like, I don't know, my thought process was to like have someone, well, two people who I just say a relative experience when it comes to men's physique posing, and then can just like kind of give their input into these pro shows or maybe even amateur shows, but be able to talk about the posing on more of a long form format rather than just like snippets of reels, because I feel like with reels you have to be quite to the point, you have to be catchy, so sometimes the nuance and the longer explanations I can't really talk about them too much in reels, whereas in a podcast we can do that. So yeah, as I said, that was just the thought process behind it, and obviously Josh would have been a really good person to do that with, just to commentate on these pro shows, give our input, but also be able to educate people as to like, okay, this is what these guys are doing, which is the reason why they're presenting well, why they're placing well, and yeah, that was the main inspiration really, and I think it's going well so far, isn't it? We just had Chiron on, which is pretty cool.
That's insane.
Yeah, for our first guest, that's yeah, pretty cool to have that, and hopefully we'll have some other cool guests as well.
I understand. And I remember saying yes to this too when Qais reached out when we were talking about it, mainly because I mean, there's a lot of posing coaches out there, but there's not a lot of people that are really quick to point out why posing, like just demonstrating and explaining, like what Qais said, just like the angles, like what are the angles, what does that mean? A lot of people don't have the reps or experience to kind of just talk about that and could talk about that for a good long period of time. So I feel like that's what makes this great, just because we both have a lot of reps in the men's physique space. And when we see things, I've noticed it too, because I'm like mentoring a few people in posing, and Qais, you're mentoring some people too. And it's like I'm beginning to understand, like, man, people don't see the full picture yet, but the more repetition you get into it, it's like you see everything. You see how to follow feet, how to follow knees, hips, to the upper body, and it's really cool that Qais is someone that I trust and that we collaborate very well on the subject.
Yeah.
It's definitely so valuable, and I think it's something that the division needs, right? Like, just especially now that you have a podcast, as you said, more long form content, excuse me, and you can dissect like different people and like, why did this make this pose look so good, or based on your structure, this posing will suit, you know, if you look like this, if this, like, just all the details where you can dissect a pose relative to a physique, and it's just so valuable, and that's something we need more of. So yeah, I love what you guys are doing over there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And likewise as well. You guys are killing it with what you're doing as well. And I'm glad you invited us on, actually. That's, as I said, a little Avengers crossover.
For sure. Honestly, I thought it was just going to be a matter of time. Like, once I saw you guys start your podcast, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a collab in the future for sure. So I think we're going to have to do a couple more as well heading into 2026.
Yeah, well, maybe when we're all competing.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool. Like little updates with our shows and everything. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, because like you said as well, having a little fun podcast like this where we get to talk to each other is like a nice refresher from the usual podcasts or episodes we usually film.
Yeah, for sure. I think normally, obviously, like I'm guessing you guys, it's a bit more like news focused. Like, okay, like this pro show happened on this day and this is what's happened, and then sometimes like you can't really speak too much about yourself and like what's going on, and it's almost like you're not having a normal conversation like you'd have outside of a podcast. It's like, okay guys, we're filming a podcast today, this is what we're saying. Whereas now I feel like this is a bit more like just conversational and just talking about men's physique and what we enjoy and who we are as people.
Yeah,
agreed. We just came in and we just started a conversation and we hit record, and here we are. And we've been talking this whole time because we all are passionate about men's physique and what it has to offer. And it's just nice when you can just talk naturally and express your mind. Whatever comes to your mind, you share it, and we just pivot off of it. It happens so naturally and effortlessly.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I like it.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to speaking to Luke in his non-health phase, in his blast when he's blasting.
He's blasting some carbs.
Oh my god. Yeah. Blasting a bunch of carbs, yeah.
And salt packets.
Oh, the salt packets. Yeah, that's so smart. Yeah, I started doing that last prep.
Yeah, it's easy to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Wait.
What,
We need to
Josh?
we need to bring this up because how many shows did you do in 1 year? Didn't you do like 7?
Last year I did 7 shows.
That's very
That's
impressive.
crazy.
And it went
And did you,
from the first show was July, the last show was the end of October. So was it like 5-6 months?
Yeah.
how did you feel throughout all
Was
of
it
that? Because I
July?
mean, yeah, how was your mentality throughout all that? Like, did work kind of, was it hard? Was it
Honestly,
easier?
my mentality was great throughout the entire thing until my fourth and fifth show was Summer Shredding Houston and Summer Shredding Championship. I was going strong up until then. It was after that, going into my WMBF pro qualifier, that I kind of noticed a big drop in my energy, like everything like that. I started to notice my physique kind of fall off as well. Like my first show of the year, which I think was my best look, I would think I was like a 153 on stage. By the time October came, my last show, I was like 142.
Jeez.
Wow, almost 10. Yeah, 11 pounds.
Yeah.
Was this last year or is this your first year?
No, this was last year I'm talking about.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting because obviously now you're competing again this year. I've noticed a bit of a difference. So in the, let's just say, America region, it's normal for natural guys to be competing year after year, whereas here in the UK, we tend to do health phases after our preps, where we typically won't compete year on year. So we'll have let's just say a good few months after your prep to get healthy again. Then you'll have an off season where you'll put on a bit more size, and typically you'll have maybe a year in between shows. So you'll compete, let's just say 2024, and then the next time you compete will be 2026. Sometimes with people, they'll actually take 2 years off. Yeah. I don't believe in that. For me, I normally compete every other year. But yeah, I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that. I don't know if you see many people over there doing that, or whether most people just compete year on year.
I love that, man. I think where my head's at with that too is I like the 1 year off approach because we know it's naturals. It takes time to build muscle. We can't just say, oh, I'm going through a 16-week off season, I'm going to put on 10 pounds. It just doesn't work like that because we're natural. So we need time to build muscle, especially when we've been training for long. When our training age increases, the amount of muscle we're going to build is even slower. It takes longer to put it on.
Yeah,
I think you could get away. Some people who have competed consecutively, year after year after year, I think you should do that based off of evidence and data where, okay, I've come close. So I've placed second. I've just won my class, or I've been top 3. I feel like if you have a competitive physique and you've been rewarded for that, and you can see yourself really close to taking the overall or getting your pro card, then it could just be a matter of who showed up that day, what was the standard, maybe it's a different judge, and you could go again consecutively, especially if it's you don't have many glaring weaknesses. It was just a matter of this guy was harder than you, or this and this and this. But if you have not placed top 3, top 2, you have not been close, you've been 6th in your class, then I think you should take more time off and work on improving before you decide to compete consecutively. That's my thought process. So it's based off of evidence. You've come close. I think you can get away with it, but you could still benefit from taking more time away. But if that's not the case, then you shouldn't even be thinking about competing consecutively. Yeah. That's my take.
Yeah, that's where I'm at because my first show ever, I got 7th, and then my second show I got 4th, and then my third show I got 3rd. And I'm taking I will be hitting 2 years next month off season. So hopefully I put enough tissue that would be good enough for this year.
Yeah, that's interesting because I actually used to take bigger breaks. So my first season, I was a junior athlete, and I did a lot of open lineup. So I got to the British finals and I didn't place. I literally didn't even place. And then I took actually 2 years off. So I think I was it was 3 years between my first and second season. and I actually won the. So I became the British champion from not placing the previous prep. So I put on a lot of size from that off season, and then I was like, okay, now I'm a bit more competitive. I'm obviously of the, let's just say, a higher level within the UK now, and then from there I took like 1 year off from that point, and then at the next season I became a pro, and then similar here, just 1 year off, and I feel like now that next level is the IFBB pro. So I think you're right for sure. I think like I don't see myself as like that high level. Like it's weird. I still don't, like, from a muscularity standpoint, there are natural guys who are bigger than me. Like there will be big guys in my class that are bigger than me probably, but I know obviously I have my strengths that are a little bit different, like the muscle in the right areas, which is why for me, like, I still feel like I need a bit of time in between just to grow and put size on in the right areas. And I also feel like mentally, in terms of like a mental break from the prep, you know, like how it is when you're locked in on prep and that's everything. Sometimes it's good just to have like a bit of a reset, like where yes, you're still training hard and you're still throwing and everything, but then you can have that flexibility with food and relationships and like being able to go on holidays and stuff like that and travel. Whereas when you're locked on in a prep, it's a little bit harder to do that. And when you're doing that again and again and again, then it's like, okay, when do I get a break from doing all that? So that's kind of where I am at with it. I like having that year in between where I can just do all this different stuff and then like focus on business as well. So I feel like that works well for me.
Yeah.
Well said.
You know what? I see a lot of people taking a year off when they really don't have to be taking a year off. And then also I see people competing year after year when they definitely should not be competing year after year. Like there's, especially when you're younger and especially when you're natural too, and you just know the only thing you need to do is to get bigger in order to be competitive. Why are you going to be competing year after year? Because now you're just taking more time away from being able to build muscle. It's just going to take longer, especially when you're young. I just feel like 2-3 years off sometimes is needed.
Yeah, I actually think social media is a big reason for this. People like the whole idea of prepping and then putting it on social media and then being lean and then getting the engagement from social media, and people get addicted to that engagement. And then they're like, but then they don't think about the bigger picture of, okay, like where am I going forward? Am I actually improving my physique? A lot of like young people fall into this trap. I'm kind of glad that I'm a bit of an unk and I'm a bit older, and when I started, it wasn't as prevalent on social media, so it was kind of like I could just take away time and it was fine. I didn't really feel any pressure to stay lean for social media. Whereas now I think that's a lot of a bigger thing now, which is a bit of a shame.
Well said. Because how long have you been competing, Qais?
7 years. So my first show was in 2019.
Oh damn!
Wow.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
More of an OG than me. I didn't even know about bodybuilding much then. I started at 2022.
What was your 2022?
Yeah, that's when I started competing and everything. Yeah. I remember leading up to that point too, I thought I had like a good build for bodybuilding, but as soon as like I never tracked like anything in my life, it was mostly just like dirty bulk. You know how the bros say, like the high schoolers. And I remember when I first started like tracking my food and the muscle that I gained in like 4 months for me to cut into a prep, I was just like, dude, I'm so behind. So I feel like I've been behind since then and just trying to put on tissue. So I'm a little late to the game.
Hey, well, hey man, it's working. You're looking swole, so keep doing it.
I'm trying. Oh, I do have a question for you guys because this has been on my mind lately. What do you guys, how did you guys handle post-show eats and all that stuff? Like, was it rough? Was it like
post-show eats?
Like, the post-show stuff. Like for me, I remember my first show, I was perfect. Like I actually eased into everything very well. Yeah, my first show ever. It was the second show. That one was good just because I had a show 2 weeks later. So I'm just like, I still got to stick to the plan, right? Yeah. And then it was until after the third show, I just broke. I don't know. I know what happened too. And what it was just like I was too fixated on numbers in my brain. So like my coach had me switch from macro tracking because I was strict following macros perfectly for 3 years straight to that point. And then he was just like, all right, I just want you just to go off of calories just for this week. I was like, just calories? And for me personally, when I see calorie numbers, it stresses me out. And the whole time when I was eating stuff, I was like, this can't be like 40 carbs in what I just ate. Like, so I would like underestimate everything. And then it led to just gaining like 20 pounds in a month, which is actually, I'm not sure if that's super horrible compared to others, but
I think with me, my first show, I didn't eat off plan afterwards because I had a show pretty soon after. But that first season, when that ended, I think I ate like definitely over 10,000 calories. So in the evening of the show, and then the day after, probably over 10,000 calories. Like, because what I did is, and guys, do not do this, I made a list of everything that I was going to eat, like weeks in advance. I'd do my research and I'd be like, this evening, I'm having this meal. The morning, I'm having Domino's. The afternoon, it was bad. It was really, really bad. So I think in that single day, I gained about 8 pounds in one day. And I think I took a photo of myself. I genuinely looked pregnant. Like, I'm not even joking. My whole, have you guys seen Big Lenny?
Lenny?
Yeah.
Big Lenny on the Del Rey Misfit. So he has like a massive bubble gut. He's renowned for his bubble gut. I genuinely looked like Big Lenny then after that show. That was bad. But then I did the bad thing afterwards, the day after, of like, I felt so guilty. I didn't eat anything the whole day after. Big Lenny. Yeah. So the whole day after, I just restricted and then didn't eat, and then that was not good at all, that first season. But then since then, like, my mindset's kind of shifted a little bit now, where I was more focused on the process of like competing and enjoying the actual show day itself. And when I obviously got the goal of winning, like, that was so cool, and I was so happy from that I didn't really think too much about the food. I just went out for a meal with my family, and that was it really. And since then, like, I've kind of switched more into like the athlete mode now, where my main focus is doing well in the show rather than just thinking, what am I going to eat after? I think a lot of first time athletes are like that, where they're so food focused, they just scroll through social media looking at food content all day rather than focusing on what they're actually going to be doing at the show. And it's a bad mindset when you do that, because then you're just thinking about food all the time. Like now, like, I'm hungry, sure, but I don't really think about food too much because I'm just busy doing all the other stuff I'm doing in the day. So I think the biggest like things you can do is just keep busy in your prep with other stuff, and just don't make a list of what you're going to eat, whatever you do.
Yeah. I think another thing is a lot of people have the sole focus when they're in prep. Like, prep is their sole focus. They don't really focus on anything else. You should have other focuses as well outside of that to kind of keep you busy, or else all you're going to be thinking about is food. And when you're in between meals, you're just going to be thinking about more food and when your next meal is going to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How did you guys handle post prep?
Okay, for me, it depends. If I have a show, obviously another show lined up, depending on how far out it is, I'm pretty good with staying on track. Let's say if it's a week later, obviously I'm not gonna have a free meal or anything. I'm just gonna get right back on track that night and the next day. If I have another show, 3-4 weeks later, I'll have one off meal that night after the show, then get right back on track the next day. I'm good with doing that. But my last show of the season, if I know I'm not competing for months afterwards, honestly, I feel like I'm pretty notorious for having some insane meals after that show. Like, I've been put out into food comas for sure after show. Yeah.
Love that. Well, you were pretty tamed when I was with you in Houston. I mean, I don't know. You didn't seem
that
like
was the
like...
one. That was the one day. I'd say overall, those 3 days after the show, I'm from Canada. When I'm in the States and you guys have all that amazing food over there, I'm eating. I went to the
Is there not good food in Canada?
We do, but man, it's just different over there. It's just different over there.
Different in the States.
Like, cleaner? Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know how to explain.
Dude, even
Just
just like it can
regulations.
be the exact same restaurant in Canada compared to the States, but I feel like you guys just find a way to add in more random
Yes.
shit to make it taste better.
Facts. Or it's just like everything's bigger, or like they even have like FDA like guidelines here where we can't have like 200 mg of caffeine in a can, like 180 is the max. It's just like a 20 mg difference. Or even at like some sizes of foods are banned at McDonald's, right, Luke? Like there's no
Yeah,
such thing as
yeah.
that. Like it's just
What?
yeah, it's not a thing. It's like
I'm
no,
surprised.
it's capped. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, at the
Oh,
Cheesecake Factory, you guys will have meals that are like 3,000 calories. That doesn't exist over here in restaurants.
No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've heard so many stories of guys like traveling to the US and say like they gained like 15 pounds in a week, just having not even crazy amount what they think are crazy amounts of food. I definitely think they put some stuff in the food that like they don't do in other countries for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and I've heard other like Americans go to like Europe or Italy or wherever and say like the quality of the food is so much better in the other countries, and they feel healthier, the stomach feels better, and yeah, it's interesting.
Oh man, how about you, Manani? How was your post-show stuff? Handle it.
First year was not bad. Like I did 4 shows my first year. I just like reversed pretty good. Had like a pizza for the first week, had a few meals, and like it was totally fine. Like first week after my show, I just had ice cream, had a pizza, and I was good to go. And then, you know, slowly started having some more flexibility with my meals and everything was good. This past year, second year, I was like, what is going on with me? I had sushi right after. Then I got back in town and I had like a whole like 16 slices of pizza. But it's like I just went crazy that one day, and then I just couldn't keep the food noise down. So it was a battle. Like the last show, it was a battle. Like this last prep, I had never experienced anything like that in my life. And it wasn't like I was going out to buy food, but even stuff like bread, I was like, that bread looks so good. Give me the whole freaking loaf. It was crazy, man. So it was like, yeah, it was wild. First year, totally good. Second year, I was like, man, I can't even trust myself for sourdough bread. I'd like have the whole dip it in peanut butter with honey. Or
oh damn, that's dirty.
I know, right? Or I was having what was it, Luke and I, like, I'd have like chicken breast, white rice, chicken breast, honey with peanut butter and salt, and I would just
that is good. That
like,
is good,
3
actually.
times a day. Yeah, it was.
You try it with almond butter?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you same thing for you? Same meal?
Yeah, I've done that in the past. Actually, right now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to play the game in my head weird, but I'm purposely trying to make my food as bland as possible and have like good food like in moderation, just so like when I get off, when I go through prep, it's still gonna be pretty boring.
That's actually smart. That's actually smart. The dopamine release you get from that, I
also hate eating right now. Because I'm eating so much. Like I gotta be honest, like I was under my fat on Tuesday and Wednesday purely just because it's like I just don't feel like eating this. Like it's too much food.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had that problem.
3,600 calories. Where are your calories at? Let me guess.
Bro, I don't even know. I can tell you my macros. It's at 445 carbs, 220 protein, and then 80 fat. And fat is hard for me.
That's not that much.
That's pretty good.
That's fine.
I'm just like,
bro,
I think
I've been on
I'm just like bored. Or not bored. I'm just like.
And what's your current body weight, Josh?
175 pounds.
That's pretty good for 175. I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on 700 carb before in my off season.
700.
Okay, how did that go? Like, did you not gain? Bad? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I was over 200 pounds at the time, so I was like 205 pounds, I think. So I had to eat that much even to gain, and that was towards the end of my off season. But that was a challenge to get that much food in for sure. Yeah, like.
Would you eat rice?
Yeah,
like, what's your
Honey,
carbs?
That's a lot of
bagels,
rice, though.
Yeah,
English
so
muffin.
yeah, rice, rice, bagels. I had a lot of juice, not steroids, as in orange juice. Yeah.
Health
Oh, I
phase.
get you. I
You
know
gotta
you're-
get
Yeah,
the health phase.
health
in.
phase. Yeah, I was on a health phase. Yeah, a lot of with my bagels, I just doused it in honey, just to
Yeah.
get some easy carbs in. Cereal, so like cream of rice as well. Yeah, just stuff like that, easy to digest carbs. But that was rough. I'd say like now in my off season, I probably go at the highest. I'd say 600. I'd say now. I don't go quite as high as that, but I get to 600 now in my off season. So yeah.
I wish. Oh man, that
Dude, you
is
must
all
have
really-
some wild metabolism.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Just need to
I know
build up
the thing is, I know people smaller than me that I have to have more, that are on like 900, 1,000 carb in their off season.
Oh yeah. I know some as well. Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
the variability between that, man. That's
Yeah,
insane.
it's
My calories
it's
off
crazy.
season were 2,650 to 2,800. I didn't pass that.
Really? Jeez. So
That's
so
something like
what are you guys on prep then when you in terms of your calories?
Right now, my calories, I do like a low day, high day paradigm. So I do low days Monday to Friday, and every Saturday and Sunday I have high days. So right now my low days are 2,000 to 2,100. And then my high days are Saturdays 2,800 and Sundays 2,600. So my weekly average is like 2,250 when you add it all up. But yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So mine isn't too. So my low days, quote unquote. So I do the same as you. I do high days and low days. So I have one high day a week. My low days are 24:30 at the minute. My low days, and my high days are 32:50.
Nice. And that's just one high day you have.
That's just one. Yeah. So to be honest, it's normally one a week. But if my coach thinks we haven't lost enough, if we haven't lost enough, or if we haven't gained enough condition, then we just won't even do the high day for the week. But I'd say most weeks we do the high day. So it's kind of very like we kind of auto-regulate it. Like a lot of coaches will just say, yeah, we're just randomly having a high day, but well, what if you're not? Your condition isn't where it needs to be. So I think you need to be a bit more flexible with like when you give the high days to people.
Well said.
Yeah, high days are like a strategy thing. A lot of coaches will just throw in a high day and be like, yeah, that's your high day no matter what. You're going to eat that or whatever. Nah, you got to be strategic with that. Only when you need it, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like when you're running flat or you're super fatigued or I don't know, your sleep's gone rubbish. Like you're showing the signs of like a lot of prep fatigue, then diet fatigue. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. I think people just think, oh, I'm on prep, therefore I need high days. Like straight away when they're like still fat, like 25 weeks out. Like, bro, you do not need a high day. Like you do not need a high day. I promise.
I'm different. For me, I never have high or low days. It just stays the same every week until it changes the new week.
Okay.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you ever
it's like a
have refeeds?
coastline. Nope, never.
No refeed?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, everyone's different.
Yeah, different strategies for things like that. It's funny, I start like my whole prep from the get-go, I started with a high day, low day paradigm. Like right off the bat. But it's like it averages out, it nets out to the exact same. It's just the way I spread it out. So it's like my low days are low relatively, but then my high days are high. So if you look at the deficit at the end of the week, I'm at 2,200 calories.
Yeah.
But it's just the way I've spread it out helps. And I find even from adherence, and even though like the studies have not necessarily shown like the metabolic preservation, I do find that when I have my back-to-back refeeds, I'm topped up a bit with glycogen coming into my first training day on Monday, on my upper day.
I agree.
And I have a bit of that like performance benefit. My appetite's a little bit better even though I'm still hungry. And it also just gives you some more data to see how your physique looks after those 2 carb days. But you have to be relatively lean to even do that in the first place. So it depends where you're ending your off season. Like if you're 20% body fat and there's like what data are you really getting, or like what glycogen are you losing because you already have so much body fat.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think there's something in that like it helps you, lose the body fat in those low days, but then just stop you from getting too flat with those high days and just keeps you full. Like personally, I've seen that's helped a lot with regards to diets in the past where I've just ran constant low days. I've flattened off massively doing that, and I've actually lost size doing that. Whereas if you have that every now and then when you need it, a refeed, I think there's definitely something in that for sure.
For you guys to speak, go ahead.
Sorry, Josh, I'm done.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, even just psychologically, like,
definitely.
diet adherence. It's like, obviously on prep, we all know, like, okay, we're gonna see it through. We're gonna we gotta eat dirt. We gotta eat dirt. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice to know that, okay, if I have some more flexibility with my high days, it helps with the adherence even more than it would, because I'm like, oh, cool. Like I'm dragging ass today. It's a Friday. Oh, but tomorrow I have 2,800 calories. Like, to me, I feel like that's a bit more of a better balance.
Yeah. Mentally, it just gives you something to look forward to push through the low days.
Precisely. Makes the prep more fun.
Yeah. For you guys go ahead, guys.
No, I was just gonna say it's also good for like data for like peaking as well, I feel. So then you can see how your body responds to carbs, and like, okay, like when's the best look, how many carbs do I need to have the best look, like how much water do I need, etc. Whereas if you just like run flat all the time, like, well, what am I actually gonna look like, what do I need to do, you're kind of running a bit blind if you're not doing any trial with your peaks at all. And like that's what we're doing at the minute, is like, for me, I know I don't need a lot of food to, like, relatively speaking, to fill out. So I can maybe do 400, 450 carbs and I'll be fine. Whereas some people will need like 800 carb to like get full. With me, that's not the case. Or some people might need several days peaking. So this all is I suppose a little trial for that. Whereas with me, I just need one maybe 2 high days. And I should be fine with me. So that's another benefit of these as well.
Gotcha. That was my next question. Does everybody have like a interesting peak week protocol you have to follow, where they're eating a specific amount of food or even having a burger before you jump on stage?
For me, honestly, I think that's why we're competing this year, because Alex wants to get more data on that. Because every time we've competed, it's been like something different. The first year, I loaded just the 2 days before the show. For Toronto, and then when I went to Houston summer shredding, we did a burger for that, going into that show. Like literally every single show we've done something different. Even last year we tried for the first time loading for like 5 or 6 days before show, and it's just been like different looks every single time. So honestly, I don't know. I'm excited to see what we're doing this year, because I don't know, man. I just want to see which peak style is the best one for me to bring the best package to the stage.
What was your reaction when he was like, get a burger?
Bro, honestly, I swear to God, my body loves the burgers. I think
I'm laughing because the content that you posted, how your life was, and like ordering like fast food and stuff, I'm like, maybe that's where it's connecting. It's like, yes, burgers again, we're good.
He's like, yeah.
No, honestly though, I don't think it's so weird, because I wouldn't recommend throwing in burgers to like athletes going into shows. It's just like, it's a guessing game at that point. You have no idea what's gonna happen. But when we did do it for me, especially in 2024 Summer Shredding Championship, when we did it that week, I think that was the best look I've still brought to stage to date. So I just think my body responds good to that two burger and fries refeed.
Two burgers from where? Five Guys?
Five Guys, 2 bacon burgers, no cheese.
Crazy.
And large fry.
Was that the one you won the overall? Did you win the overall with that one?
So the Houston show, I won the overall, and then the next day was the championship. I came second overall behind Amari.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Amari looks so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I honestly think that would mess with my head. If my coach told me to have a burger before my show, like I would be like, are you sure? Are you sure about this? Because like with me, I'm so concerned about my midsection and my digestion, like before show. I need to keep it super tight. And if I was to have a burger, I just feel like it'd bloat me massively and I'd struggle to get on my abs. Whereas some people, they can just soak it in and they're fine. So yeah, but I just think it'd mess with my head too much if I was to do that. It's too many unknowns.
Yeah. I'm with you. Like I overspill way too easily. Like it's so crazy how my physique responds. I can overspill like this.
Yeah.
So it's with that, I'd be so scared, man.
Yeah.
Especially because even in my last show, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. I'll ask this question after. That's fine.
Even in my last show, when I flew from Toronto to Vancouver for the pro qualifier, we flew out on a Tuesday and the show was on a Saturday. And it was Friday. I was eating my regular meals, but I couldn't go to the washroom. And I was like, man, I'm stressed. I'm like, what's going on? I can't go. We're like filling up and I can't use the washroom. Now imagine throwing a burger and fries in there. For me, I would have been absolutely cooked. Like, say goodbye to the travel and like everything. It's like physique just... But hey, it works for some people.
For sure. So what I was going to ask is, what are your guys' thoughts on natural diuretics?
Oh, that's. I'm glad you brought that up. Just actually, never mind. I'm thinking.
Have you guys ever used them or had clients use them?
I'm gonna let Manene answer this. I've never used natural diuretics going into shows.
I've got a story about this, by the way, but I'll let you go first.
Okay, my personal opinion, I've never used them myself. If we're talking like asparagus, vitamin C, we're talking like dandelion tea, maybe some people use like watertight or things like that. I've never personally experimented with those on show day, or even how some people have like a shot beforehand. The only time, like, it's a very nuanced topic and you need to know the physique. The only thing I can talk from my own experience, I've just had like dandelion tea every day leading up, like even in prep. It's just part of my normal routine. I do think that you have to be very careful with it because you can end up losing a ton of fullness if you're not careful. So it's something you really, really need to play with. And it's not something I've dabbled with myself, just vitamin C, to be honest. And like, I've had a shot here and there, not for everyone. If you know that, definitely not for everyone. You can end up running flat. So,
yeah, I've never used any of that. I've definitely used a diuretic though.
If we're talking about like diuretic supplements, I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you have experience doing that with your physique already. Because if you're gonna throw that on top of like a water manipulation process as well, you're just throwing a bunch of stuff onto your physique all at once. Like the last 3 days going into a show, you have no idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. You end up like a pancake, lose all your fullness, and you're like,
Yeah, for sure. So I'll tell my story with natural diuretics because it's a fun one. So basically, when I won my pro card, I actually won it in Dubai. So I won it at the WMBF UAE show, right? And so I flew out there. I had a stressful flight and I also had a stressful journey there because like there were loads of stuff that I needed for my food that they just didn't have at the shop. So I was at like 1 a.m. just going around shops trying to find like a bagel, basically, what I was loading up on. Anyways, I put on about 5 pounds from the flight of water and I was like, bro, what do I do from here? Like, this is bad. So my coach basically like, just take this Peak Max, which is a supplement, a natural diuretic supplement. I think it has vitamin C, vitamin B6 and 12, I think, dandelion root and a few other things as well. And it actually works. Like, I just dropped all that water straight away, and I looked super dry on show day. I was flat though, on show day for sure. I was like really flat, but it was like a really tight look. So I won my class, which was great. The reason was that the competition in my class wasn't amazing. The other guy who was good, he was just a bit soft. And I was like, bro, this is not going to cut it in the overall. So I had to drink a decent amount of water after I won my class just to fill out a bit more. And then after that, like, that was my best look I've had so far, when I had a bit of water after that. So it was like that combination of dryness and fullness, so which is great. Obviously won my pro card in the overall. That was great. On the same day, there was the pro show. So I was getting ready to do the pro show after doing my class, the overall, and then going to the pro show, and I was like, yeah, everything's fine. I start pumping up, and then I go to hit a front pose when I'm kind of doing my pump up, and then I just feel my ab cramp, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good. So like, I've got a YouTube video where you could literally see like my ab is just sticking out. One of my abs is like protruding. And I'm like, this is not good. So I go to like stretch out my midsection, and then my lats start cramping up. And then no matter what position I got into, every single muscle in my body was just uncontrollably cramping. And I was like, yeah, this is not happening. And even after having loads of salt, loads of water, nah, I didn't even do it in the end because of the cramps. So yeah, just a bit of a story. Like it's so unpredictable with these natural diuretics. Yes, I think it can help for sure bring dryness to a physique, like especially if you tend to hold more water with your physique. I think it can help. But for people who are naturally dry, I would not do it for sure. Because like there are so many risks with losing fullness, with cramping as well on stage or even backstage. So yeah, it's very, very risky. So be very careful with it. And I would say test it out beforehand.
Well said.
Yeah.
Even like using a bunch of your electrolytes, right?
Yes.
Like so important, like the sodium, potassium, all those minerals that are so important not only for pump but just for regulating your fluid balance and performance.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah,
Bro. What I want to do so bad is I feel like what's being trendy right now on social media is Retta, and what I want to do is I want to do, because I've never been on Retta, but everybody's using it now, and they're using it after show day too, just so they can manage the post-show eats too.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do, because I think it'll be cool, is like do a whole series like 40 days out or something, like 40 days out before Retta or whatever, and just like going through the whole thing and still not using Retta. And I want to do it post-show too, just to prove people like you don't need to rely on something like that to get through it all. Just because I feel like Retta is kind of, I don't know, it's just like losing the authenticity of bodybuilding, like how it was before, unless people did it back in the day. But no, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I personally know a lot of people who do use it. Obviously, it helps with like appetite regulation and all that. But I've heard people say like, and studies like saying it also helps with fat mobilization as well. So it actually does contribute to fat loss and stuff like that. And you also, even in your off season, like kind of build muscle whilst keeping a tighter, I suppose, composition whilst you're in your off season. So I think there are, don't quote me on this, I'm not a doctor by the way, but this is what I've heard from other people, other coaches who do have their clients on Retta. So yeah, interesting.
That's what's interesting about being an opposing coach is like you hear everybody's cycles and what they're doing, and I'm just kind of like, oh man, that's crazy, man.
yeah.
Oh, love it, man.
Qais, actually, serious question for you, because you're a natural IFBB pro. You're trying to get your natural, you're a natural WNBF pro.
Yeah.
Trying to get your natural IFBB pro card. Are you planning on staying natty for your entire career, your entire life? Is that the goal for you?
Yes. I think if you asked me this a few years ago, I would have maybe been a little bit less sure. But I feel like I'm at a point now where if I was to go enhanced, I would have done it by now. Like for me, like I love natural bodybuilding. I love being part of it, and I feel like I can go, like the avenues that I can go in natural bodybuilding, like there's really cool opportunities to go down that route. And if I was to go enhanced, sure I could get a pro card, that's fine, but then what after that? And it's like weighing the risk versus the reward. Like for me, the reward wouldn't be good enough. Like I don't think I'd be like an Olympian if I was to go enhanced. I think I could get a pro card, but I don't think I'd be the best of the best. And with me, that's what I want to be in the sport. Like I'm a very competitive person. So I think within the natural realm, I think I could go a lot further just staying natural rather than going enhanced and then maybe getting a pro card and then what? It doesn't really mean much. It's cool, but it's not gonna do anything for me. Like me as a posing coach, and obviously that's the main thing that I do, me going enhanced and getting a pro card, it's not gonna really change anything with that. So that's where I'm at the minute. I think I'm definitely gonna stay natural for life. How about you?
I think I've definitely solidified myself as a lifetime natty, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way. I'd be lying if I said like in the past. Obviously, it's always been like something in the back of your head, but I've never really fully been pulled into doing that. I've always saw myself being natural for my entire life, and I kind of want to make my career in the natural scene. Like you said, I feel like it's just more rewarding getting a pro card and like being competitive there as a natural as it would be if I just hopped on gear just to get the pro card. At that point, like you said, like you get the pro card, that's awesome. I hopped on gear for it, but now what? It's like,
Yeah.
I got it. Was it worth it? Was it worth hopping on the PEDs? Probably not. So if I can get it naturally, I think it would just be more rewarding than actually getting it hopping on gear.
Yeah, and then as well, if you can document that as well, and then show other people, you know what, you can achieve all of this like naturally. That's really cool. That's really cool. Then that's inspiring to other people to see that.
Exactly. That's the thing, because the main goal of our podcast, right? The reason we started is because we want to grow the natural bodybuilding in general. So
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't like how the fact, especially with younger people nowadays getting into bodybuilding, they think the only way to, you know, be successful in it is you gotta hop on juice. That's the only way. So
Yeah.
we see people hopping on gear at like 18 years old without any information on it or anything. They just want to get big and be a bodybuilder. They don't realize you can be successful in bodybuilding now naturally, especially with the way the sport's going now, because obviously natural bodybuilding is getting bigger and bigger. Who knows where it's going to be in like 5 years from now.
Well,
Definitely for sure. I think there's so much potential in it, because obviously, like, with the whole assisted bodybuilding, there's a stigma of the steroid usage, which is preventing it from going so mainstream. But if you have this more attainable look in natural bodybuilding, I think there's definitely more opportunities for like mainstream companies, media, sponsors, etc. to get involved with it. So yeah, man, I think the potential is very, very high.
Agreed. So much potential. So much potential. Yeah, I'm with you guys too. I'm a natty for life. I will be. I think I'm solidified. I think from the moment I even started training, I knew I was gonna stay natty. When I was like 16, and I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna dabble personally.
Yeah. Especially nowadays, recently, I feel like natural bodybuilding is kind of like, now is the best time to get into it. I feel like it's like a new sport that's been kind of released onto the world, because it wasn't big before, but now it's kind of getting some attention on it. I feel like right now, while it's growing and it's still kind of young, now's the best time to get into it.
Yeah, but agreed. Just wait till we're gonna see how it trends.
Definitely.
When you have guys like Monster Zim covering your shows.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, one thing I'll throw my hat in with what everything's being said is I feel like it is so good to do your first show natty, and just in general, because there's a lot of people who are getting into the whole bodybuilding space, kids, right? Like they jump on something new like gear, and then they're doing a bodybuilding show on top of that. It's just like, I just don't think it's a good recipe, in my opinion.
Well, a lot of people, even first timers, they'll hop on gear just to do that first show and then realize they don't really like bodybuilding anyways, and then they just did it for no reason.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We're on the same, boys.
What does Greg Doucette say? He's like, hit your natural potential. He used to say that a lot.
Get strong. You gotta fight. Yeah, I can't.
Turd builder max.
Yeah.
Natty card. Yeah. Canadian man. There we go, boys. There we go.
Love
lad.
that.
Boys,
He's a lot
like
shorter than I thought. But
Sorry?
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, this has been like 2 hours. This has been a great collab podcast.
It
I
is.
think we can wrap it up
Agreed.
here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys coming on with us. The first Call Out podcast and Natty Physique Pod collaboration. We should definitely do this more often. Even like, if you wanna, we should definitely cover shows in the future, some more engaging stuff like that as well, outside of the style podcast. But also, when we are all in prep and doing shows later on this year, we should definitely hop back on for another conversation like this.
I'm down
Agreed.
for
Look
that.
how much this has flown already. Like we've just been, just yapping and having a good time. So yeah, I think that would be cool if we all did that together, because we all have like very easy to talk to. We have the energy. So I would love to do this again with you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I'm down. It's been fun. Thank you so much for having us on. I've had a really good time.
Always a good time with you guys.
And probably everyone who watches this knows both of us, but where can they find everyone's handles, even though they do? Should we just link him in the description for you guys?
Yeah, I think in the description. Or for me, it's just Josh X Mata. That's it for me.
Well, boys, we're gonna do a collab video, like the YouTube channels, right? So we'll be both on this video, right? All right, perfect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Let's do
perfect.
it, guys.
Sweet.
Awesome,
Bye, boys.